All right, we got another subscriber here on my channel. Says, again, a great video, Nick. Your videos and Telegram channel have helped me so much over the years. Thank you, my good friend. One question, though, I hope you can make a video on. I'm back testing a lot of support resistance zones, but sometimes it's hard to discern what is, in fact, a valid zone. Can you give advice? So I will give you my generalized suggestion, non-financial advice, pointers for information and educational purposes only. Here's what I think. There's no sort of best way to do it, and there's also no clear right or wrong way to draw zones, right? You're essentially drawing arbitrary horizontal areas on a chart and just praying that price might bounce at them. And you're going to be right sometimes and wrong sometimes. But what I use is I approach support resistance not as a way of predicting where price is going, but I approach it as a way of controlling risk. And the best way I found to do this is to go to the daily chart, look at where the current market price is, and draw the most obvious, painfully clear zone above and below price. These zones that you draw, they have to be so clear, like price has clearly respected the exact same area like a couple times, whether it says resistance or support, or maybe it's like resistance twice and it breaks above and then it bounces as support. Those zones work the best, just from my opinion. It has to be so painfully obvious that you and me and our grandmothers and my dog all agree that the zones are very, very clear. So just draw those clear zones on the daily chart, then set the alert at the zone, right? So set a trading view alert about halfway into the zone. When price gets there, go to the 4-hour chart and just wait for price to kind of start bouncing a little bit. Then after 1 or 2 candles in the 4-hour, that price is not breaking the zone. As long as the price is still inside the zone, you can enter a trade. Sell at resistance, buy at support, stop loss past the zone, and at least a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. If you approach it this way, what you will find is that while there are no quote-unquote valid or invalid or right or wrong ways to draw the zones, you will find that when you approach it as just a way of structuring risk, you will find yourself wanting to wait for zones that are a lot more clearly defined. Because then it becomes very clear if price gets to that zone and then starts moving past it, you know, okay, cool, the trade is probably invalidated, I can get out of the loss. When the zones are not very clearly defined and there's a lot of price wicks going through them and there's a lot of like price breaking back and forth through them a lot, it just gets to be a little bit more of a pain in the ass to try to trade those zones. So I don't do that. Instead, I just wait for things that are very, very obvious and I just trade off of those. It's way more peaceful and it's way more simple. And I think that if you draw zones this way, those are, quote, a little bit more valid than just drawing any level on a chart anywhere. So with that being said, look for the most obvious and clear support resistance zones. And then you and me and our grandmothers and my dog will be very proud of you. Have at it.